757.8 hours of playtime. Backpack battles. I'm torn on how I feel about this game. I mean, I definitely want to keep playing it through release, but how much I actually want to play, like version 1.0 should be coming out. I think it was supposed to come out end of last year, but at some point it should actually come out. I achieved my goals. My goal was to hit master on every character. That was it. Alright. Pyro. Pyro is no longer in master, but we are playing as Berserker. I do view Berserker as my strongest character. This is interesting. If I found a spear in like the first 4 rounds, this would be worth keeping. But if I don't, I don't know if it is. See what we see. See what we see. What about a shell totem? No. What about a stone? Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Especially with this channel. I don't know the answer. I was thinking about just turning it into a Slay the Spire 2 channel at some point. But why wouldn't I just play that on my main channel? At one point, I thought I would be playing so much Slay the Spire 2 that I would need 2 channels. But I'm trying to chill out a little bit. I'm not really doing that, but it comes and goes. I don't know. Basically, I'm undecided on what I want to do. Kind of want that banana. I'll take the shield. Banana doesn't really fit. Much better than the poison, though. It's unnecessary. This one. Goobert. Goobert. So right now... How much does this speed things up? Speeds things up by 30%. I can't really afford to speed up this broom that much. This one, the stamina per second will be too high. So let's do this. But now I want this stone to move over to here. Where? I don't know. Alright, the broom can move. Cool. Ideally, I would have this sword in the speed bag, I think, because it's less stamina per swing. But I'm not sure about that. Yeah, this is probably better than the potion. Start the battle. Potion is here just in case I see the spear. And I know as soon as I sell it, I'm going to see the thing. That was a good fight. 2 brooms and a sand. Ooh. Second whetstone. Round 3. Alright. Spear is just a rare, right? Items. Spear. Holy spears. Just a rare. So we have a decent chance of seeing one. God, I like this way more than I should. It would let me fit in a stone. I know what the correct answer is. The correct answer is selling this stupid potion. This. The stone does damage. I value the stone. I probably value the stone more than I should. None of the rest of this fits. So now, God, I could sell this by these two. This sells for 4. God, it sells for a lot. It's so stupid, it doesn't even do anything. Start the battle. But if I get the spear, this is like the last round that I think I would hold out trying to find the spear. That bow is pretty good. Shelly. Early Shelly can be good, but my goal is to kill people before the Shelly would go off. Smithing is good. Take smithing. Bam. So we got the hero longsword. That's good. That makes the stones even better. Another bag. Alright. I think I get one roll. One opportunity. Do it! That is not a spear. Would I take this? Probably. I don't need it this turn. Alright. I should try and get both of these whetstones to hit the broom. Is it worth doing that? Probably. Ooh. I should also speed up what? So now, the hammer is not being hit by the whetstone. Yeah, but the hammer's like the least important of all the weapons. Only the stones are being hit by the sword. That's fine. Start the battle. We'll try and blow people up. There is that leather armor. All random. If I could find the steel no, steel amulet does not... I mean, leather armor works with steel amulet. Trying to think if I would ever make that hold all again. Pretty sure. Only if the pieces lined up right. God, it was strong though. Oh, also, I got an answer back from Joey on they tested if Falcon Blade counts as 2 activators, and it does. The spear is here. So that's really good to know. And I appreciate the answer. Alright, I want... So the nice thing about crafting the spear is 1, it does crazy damage. 2, it works with smithing for dummies. Alright, sell this. Buy this. So now, this wooden sword with the stamina bag. What about oil lamp? Oil lamp's kind of weird. This is a rough turn for stamina, but it's a really good turn for blowing up enemies. What am I planning on doing? Am I planning on going brass knuckles? Probably. If I'm planning on doing that, I should look for a dagger. What about axe? Nope. What about oil lamp? Maybe. Mostly nope. Is there a good way to turn this so that I get to break more armor? Probably. I'm gonna move this one. Eight armor per hit. Could I do better? Could. How? Lots of ways. If I move this, like that. Goodbye. Wait, but no, that takes up a stone spot. Care about the stone spots. Never mind, undo. I'm gonna say this is good enough. Ooh, do I also want to make the torch, which is what we're currently doing? Do I want to light the torch? Wait. Lighting the torch could be enough reason to take this oil lamp. It could. Alright, do it. Start the battle. torch is not great with having multiple weapons, but it gives +2 heat. And it's a crafted item, which is really good with this. Stones are nature items, which are really good with these, or with this. So with that in mind, leave it. Vamp dagger would be really nice. This one. Yeah, but right here is a really good spot for that. Oh, that's another good spot. This one. That's actually kind of crazy. So now the only problem is trying to fit this in a way that makes sense. Because really it wants to go like this. Huh. This one. I could just do 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It does also cost me one of these slots. God, I do want the vampire dagger. I kind of want the dragon. Dragon's good. Dragon's really good. But I also want to light the torch. I want to do all of the things. Do I need this bag? I don't need these for full price when I don't have the dagger yet. God, I do really want the dagger, though. The lifesteal is good as well. Can I justify it? Maybe. What else could I make? Blood Goobert, Vamp Armor. I don't really want those ones. What about... What about what? The stones are not that... No, they are important to me. Goodbye, Blood Amulet. I really want to buy that, but I'm not willing to spend a whole turn on it. So the thing that interests me about this game, I like that it's the PvP, that I'm playing against another player. The thing I really dislike about it is that it just doesn't do straight up it doesn't do even matchups. It gives advantages to the player. Especially at Below Masters. It does weird things that I don't even know what all it does. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they don't just match up 2 boards evenly and like give RNG for who goes first or for what happens. But instead, they just say the player always goes first. And other weird little things like that that bother me. That take away the entire reason I like the game. Alright, so this turn. This turn, I would like this one to go right here. To do that, if I do what? If I move this over here, if I move this somewhere right here, it doesn't quite work, but it almost does. I move this right here, this right here, this right here, this right here. I like the puzzle aspect a little bit, but I don't really care about that. I mean, it's a fun little thing, but there are better puzzle games. There are much better puzzle games. What else do I want? Ideally, I would get another star on this. I almost see it, but not quite. I'm pretty happy with this setup. I think this blows up a lot of enemies. This isn't that important to me, but a little bit. It's free damage. Not free. I have 3 gold that I could have if I sold this. What else am I looking for? Daggers. Hey. Goobert Cat. The nice thing about the cat is it works with brass knuckles and it works with the forging hammer. Do I have a way to get him power? No. Start of battle in power would be the next big thing. Sadly, Steel Amulet is basically the only answer for that I can think of. Yeah, because Shell Totem doesn't give it start of battle. Could do Heart Containers, but that requires regen. Start the battle. Could do what? No, we didn't kill them before pants went off. The whole goal is kill them before pants, kill them before Shelly. Axe does damage, these heal. Gloves are good. Oil lamp gives accuracy. Max HP. This only goes off if the pants get to go off. Try and blow them up before the pants go off. So one thing I could do, I could consider dogs. I could still do anvil. If I did anvil, I do have a lot of crafted items. Huh. Do I have a lot of crafted items? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can light a coal. It is on sale. I kind of think anvil is way better than brass knuckles. I don't have any gems. Wolf emblem's okay. Just takes a lot of space. I think it is anvil. It's always anvil. Anvil is weird because the daggers don't do so well with it. So, I no longer want you as much. I might still take it, I'm not sure. Stamina bags are pretty expensive, but I do need space. Alright, so the idea with this is to figure it out. Oh no. This is not going to be fun. Alright. Idea would be... Crap, and I have to use my weapons as crafted items. I do. So this one is my main weapon, I think. Even though the spear is decent. It's not as good as this one. Is it? Oh. Oh. The spear is really good. Maybe the spear is still my main weapon. Okay. Spear is a pain to fit. And it wants nature items. Why did they give that thing so much damage? So, the tricky thing would be this. Except anvil kind of solves stamina a little bit. Not entirely, but it helps a lot with stamina. Oh, I could make a spike shield. So spike shield costs 1 less gold than it normally would. Still takes up too much space. But because it gives me the flame. This one. Kind of weird. You have a start of battle? Why does this light up a star for this one? Item activates. Item crafted. Generate for each crafted item. This doesn't say start of battle. Huh. I wonder when this counts for this. It's really weird that this is lighting up a star. That is confusing me a lot. I feel like that's just an error. But it's probably an error where it does count as basically a start of battle. Huh. So one thing I could do is this. I don't know if it's better to have these two activators or to have the shield as the activator. Depends on the opponent. This one. We still are bursty. So eventually, I'll be able to have one of these stand up. And that would help. God, I don't get my stars on this either. The nature, and I need to have stones touch this sword if I can. Which I can. But I need another stone. Crap. This shield does not have to be here. If I put this here, put this up, put this here, put this here. Stone. 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 I don't know if I want that spike shield. So the reason to get the spike shield is just the crafted item. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't know if I buy these two. I'm gonna say no. It's a lot of gold. Not what I'm looking for. Bag of stones, not what I'm looking for. Which is weird because I do have the stones, but it's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for none of these. Second poison spear. This one. Roll. This one. What about this one? This one. Alright, so now I have space problems. Shield is probably gonna go. I do not like figuring out the space problems that much. So, this can move. That helps. This one kind of wants to go on to spear, though. I can do that. This one, I don't think it does anything. Still have one roll left. Do I even want this one? Not really. But it's on sale. Weird because I do want that one with pants. I just don't want it with this bag. One nature item. Not that many stars. Okay, what is this darkness amulet doing? Darkness. I would like to get this an additional star. I do think that armor breaking starts becoming important around round 8. Around now. And it's very important late game. Too bad. Alright, start the battle. God, it hurts to give up on that cap. Also, I don't really want these gloves. We blew them up fairly quick. That's good. Caught them before they had their bloodthorn. Ooh, but they have the amulet of steel that I wanted before, but now I don't want it as much. I wanted it when I thought I was gonna go brass knuckles. What else? This is the only character where I really keep the box of riches in when I roll. Need a bag. Hey, there's a bag. Did not take the daggers, and this is expensive. So, this turn, what can I do? Craft that. We have the gloves. The gloves are a pain. The gloves really are a pain. Alright. Gloves are a pain. How much stamina do you use? 1. You use 1. Ideally, the gloves go like this. I don't have enough crafted items. We're missing 2. At least 2. Ooh, it would be really cool if I could get the gloves to hit 2 weapons. Would it? Maybe. So this is going to go here, which means I'd rather this goes here This scoots up. This scoots up. This can move. Wait, why did I move that? I don't know. Because I did. Change that. We're changing that for what? So that I can have more space on this side so that hopefully someday I can put a nature item right here. That's the thought. Maybe I should get rid of this. Maybe. That's not bad. The anvil is so weird. It bugs me so much that that gives a star. Alright, number of stars that I'm missing. 2. But I have to give up a star to use the gloves, so really I need 3 stars. This one can go into here. Green gem can go into here. This one can get lit. Good. Could put it into this sword. No, I'm good. This one is not a thing I care about. Alright, from here, keep rolling. No, none of these. The whip. Could either make a flame whip or the chain whip. Roll again. A gem. An expensive gem. Is it worth it to get that gem? Almost certainly. Alright, to get that gem, what do I have to sell? I could sell this one. Looks good to me. This one. So now I'm only missing 1 star. I do value the cheese a little bit, just as something to do with the dragon claws. Divine potion. I kind of value the divine potion. This build does not do well against blind. Huh. I might buy that. Would I rather have the divine potion over this? Probably. This turn, I don't think it matters too much for this turn, but at some point. Can't switch that because this is a crafted item. I feel like there's a better place for this. Or sell this and buy this. No, I'm good. God, the divine potion on sale. Start the battle. Can always just put... No, that doesn't help with blind. This helps with cold. It's really just blind that I'm concerned with. But they would have to dump the blind on me really quick. Dragon set. Problem with dragon set is it's slow. Dragon set. During battle rage, gain heat. It's a quick activator while you're in battle rage. If you have all of those, gain lifesteal. The lifesteal is pretty awesome. This gives him power. Empower would have been amazing for the brass knuckles build. This one. Oh. 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 Well, there is this. What are my thoughts on this? It is a weird item. It's really good. Okay. Stamina cost 1. So the nice thing about this is it's 1 smaller than this, and it could craft into a mana thirst. Number of weapons, 4. 4 melee weapons. But even without the damage bonus that this gets, which is massive, it's just a really quick cooldown, and it's really small, so it doesn't take up much space. That is what something small... That is what it means to be small. Doesn't use much stamina. It's a really good one to point these gloves at. So now, I'm missing 1 star, but I could have that star. In order to get that star, where's the best place to put this? So the star would have to be made up of this spear. I'm thinking for a second. The spear is decent. It just does a good burst of damage, and I don't really have stamina issues at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna rearrange and be right back in a second. Alright, this board is a little bit weird to me. I don't know how much I want to keep the poison spear. I do kind of want this one. It's not a huge priority, but it's one of the weapons that I could use. I think I have a big burst of damage. We're still missing 1 star. This only has 1 star. This does damage. This one, decent. Yeah, I really want that one to be on this, though. That would be nice. This, I guess it's about the same. The torch uses a little bit more stamina, just because it attacks a little bit faster. Ideally, this would be on the 2... I wonder if I could get it to be on this. Oh, but they have to be in range of this. Torch could come down here, though. Wait a second. Let's think about that for just a minute. So now, if I could get this right here, that actually solves things a bit. Crap. I thought that I was ready to start the battle. I am not. Alright, to actually do that, I need this to be able to go right here. To get that to go right there, what do I have to change? Everything. You're not important to me. This is all a mess. This one is not important to me. How important is this stone? Kind of important. Yeah. Let's at least look at this. Also, oh, I should be speeding up this sword more than I care about speeding up the soil. Okay, I'm rearranging again, and I'll be right back again. Alright, now I think I'm actually happy with this. So, I'm still missing the 1 star. This is hitting the 2 weapons that don't already have their stamina reduced by anvil. This one's stamina is almost free. This one's stamina should be pretty cheap. These 2 do still use a good amount of stamina, but that's where this helps. Could actually use stamina potions. Crap, I had one on sale. No! Oh, but this can scoot. So long term, this doesn't work because this wants to be in this corner spot and this wants to touch the weapons. Alright, I'll figure it out. Yeah, that's a pain. What if I switch this and this? That might... No, for right now I'm good. Start the battle. Oh, I can make the upgraded stone potion of hell. Eight rounds left. That's a bursty build too. Hammer dagger. At least it's kind of bursty. This makes it slow down a little bit. Still, this thing goes off in 4 seconds. Damage. Yeah, we both did identical damage. Wild. 166 damage against 166 damage. They had a shield. The only thing that really saved me was the fact that I'm berserker, so I take less damage once they get me to half health. And I had the boots. Was that really it? That was it? Oh, and I have 10% more max health, so do they. God, I'm surprised that shield didn't screw me up more. Alright. Do I want to keep looking for gems? A little bit, but now that I've got the stars, I think that's lower priority. Main thing I want is space. Mana orb on sale would be amazing. This one's okay. I mean, it is space, and I'm using a lot of stamina. And I might use even more stamina. Huh. So yeah, the tricky thing is this one. And the tricky thing is this spear. There are multiple tricky things. All of the tricky things. Alright, this red. Full stars. Really, I like giving this one the damage, but it does not need the stamina reduction. Weird. Yellow. I do have sockets open. Roll. Green. Prismatic orb. On sale. So the reason to get the prismatic orb is what? Lots of reasons. Yeah, I wish this had a little bit more reach. Huh. Could at least hit. I'm gonna hit 2 weapons. How? I don't know how yet. By putting that... Oh, you're not a crafted weapon. Right. I'm not gonna get to hit 2 weapons. Unless I have another thing that can act as the star, but I don't. Okay. What about this? What about this? I don't really need more stones. Could start to ditch stones, but the stones do damage. I like the stones. This one. The flame. I don't really need this garlic. Switch the garlic for this. I do like the stamina bag, I think. I don't know, I skipped on a couple stamina bags. But that was before I had this many weapons. And stamina potions are looking more and more appealing to me. Alright, start the battle. Should be good against cards. Cards are slow. .82 seconds. Damage dealt. 228 damage. Mana Thirst. That was one of the goals. Alright, so Mana Thirst takes up the whole turn. Okay. This green. Switch out the green with a red. Ooh, but I could move this weapon now. If I move the weapon, I could go up here. That would actually help. Alright, maybe we do that instead. Red goes here. Red goes here. That. Pretty ideal. You're still touching all of the weapons? No, where's that forging hammer? Forging hammer comes up here. This one. Forging hammer. If you go there, you don't reach this. Crap. This can go right there. That does take up one of the stone spots, but pretty good. God, the stones are falling off in efficacy. Could also make this into a flame sword. 2, 4, 6. Where's my torch? Or this. 8. Not right now. So, why do I still have these 2 stones? I don't know. What about the mana orb? I don't really care about the mana orb. Okay, start the battle. Should win against this, unless they get like a huge crit off. They did not get a huge crit off. 4 spikes, 2 shields. They were about to drain my stamina, but even once they drain the stamina, this keeps swinging. Damage. 283 damage in just under 5 seconds. Stamina bag. I have to decide on this potion. I've been facing opponents with shields and they still haven't screwed me up that much. It's a full price stamina potion. And I just found this bag. I'm not sure. How would that help me? So I kind of want this yellow. Could just put the yellow into here. That makes sense. Purple's fine. Kind of want to craft the yellow. This, I'm going to say yes. This one. Ooh, with the stamina potion, do I ever take this yellow out? I don't believe so, but maybe. That is interesting. Just go full speed. Questionable. Very questionable. This potion does not give that much stamina. What about a Wolper on sale? Increase base stamina regen by 0.7 for each buff you have. The thing is, I don't get that many buffs. I do have heat, but not that much. And you take up 4 space. The only reason I'm really considering it is because it's on sale. Good roll. I'm happy rolling. Yellow gem. Yellow gem was pretty amazing. Boots. I think I would buy boots. Second, mana thirst. Healing potion. Did I get rid of the herbs? I did. You would like a nature item right there. And I do think that nature item matters. So, an argument for the health potion is it can get me 2 stamina. Crown. With crown, I could get a trident. With crown, I could get a super crown. With a super crown, I could do things with all these gems. Nope. Try and get the boots. Katana, double Shelly. They have a good amount of healing. I still had my stamina. I just went into battle rage. So these gloves aren't doing anything. I might have to get rid of those gloves. They're not doing anything until I go into battle rage, but by the time I go into battle rage, the fight's already over, I'm already out of stamina. I don't really need to speed things up when I'm in battle rage. I would rather have normal gloves, except they don't act as a star. I would rather just have another torch right here. Alright. So let's at least keep in mind getting rid of those gloves. Boots. Boots could replace the gloves, but they would have to get crafted. Ooh, those snowballs. I do think those are very good right now. I do. What would I sell to get them? And I would need space. So, and I don't really want to take this yellow out. Ooh, unless I was going to put a different yellow into here, which I could do. So now, if I sold one stone, I could sell this stone, buy the snowballs. Let's do that. All right, from here. Have I drank this potion yet? Maybe. Start the battle. Bravo. I was up against an egg, but they didn't really have their mana. This is only, I mean, with the shield, it's kind of cool. I like that placement a little bit. In particular, it's good against a build with a bunch of little attacks. Or if you had shielded, and they have false life. Yeah, this is actually strong. False life makes the cheese give you more HP. They could have done a bunch of poison stuff. Why is this one here? This one is here to get them... I don't understand this one. Yeah, I would rather have this garlic over here, I think. Speeding up the garlic with the food bowl, kind of nice, but just get more poison onto the opponent. This is nice. Cheese. Ooh, that is a quick cheese. A lot of these are quick cheeses. Don't know how I feel about the Thorn Burst. Main change would be I would try and move this somewhere that gets me more starting mana. Right now, it's touching a blueberry, but touch the pan, touch this, try and touch another blueberry. It's tough to position those. They had the food amulet, they had the egg, they had a lot of cool stuff. I do not need to combine those. Ooh, but I could. Why would I combine those? Because it's a lot of lifesteal, and we really have two weapons that do most of my damage. Alright, and it gives a flame. The biggest reason for combining them is you do get that one extra little flame. I don't know if I do care about gems still. I don't know if I should roll with this in. Probably should. Yellow gem. This one. So with this one, I don't even know. I kind of want this. So our heat. Oh, should I be making the flame sword? If I look at the flame sword, I think it's 18 heat is when it's like just better. This one. 6 heat gained. This and star weapons gain 1 damage. But it does more damage too. Like its base damage is increased. Alright. So starting heat. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it would give +2 to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. But right now it gives +3, so now it's worse. This bag. There is another stone. Alright, what do I want to speed up? Ideally, I think this would go right here. Could I make that happen? Probably, but God, it looks like a pain. Could do oil lamp plus spear pretty easily. I don't know if speeding up the torch and the spear really makes sense. I'm going to say that the spear does, the torch does not. Partly because I don't want to rearrange, but partly because I also do think that's true. Red gem. Alright, I don't think I need this really, but maybe I do. Do I need more gems? Always. Do I need a lightsaber? Nope. Do I need this bag? Yep. Do I want this dagger? Yep. So, I still want to replace these gloves. Replace them with what? If I sell them, they're only worth 2. This is worth 3. So, if I replace the gloves, I can get another nature item here. Which I think is just better than the gloves. If I... What would I put for another crafted item? Just red. Alright. I see a lot of ways to rearrange this. All of them are kind of a pain. Do I combine up these yellows? That is an interesting question. I guess so. By combining up these gems, I could use more... What's it called? More crafted items, for sure. Garlic is also nature. This one. This one I said I don't care about. True? That is true. I'm not built around going into battle rage. I don't mind going in. Ooh, does that mean I don't really care about this bag? No, I do. Yeah, maybe I should keep this in. It's just a question of, do I care more about... I don't know. About breaking 6 armor every hit with the spear. No, I don't care that much. Spear doesn't get that many hits. If it could buy me this dagger, I could buy the dagger. Start the battle. If I could craft the dagger, we will craft the dagger. Kind of a close fight. Chunk, dagger, hammer. Ooh, with 3 of these. They had a lot of defense coming up, and they were going to apply a bunch of frost to me, but not really, because I have 2 pairs of boots. So I have 40% resistance. They have this one, which does not work against melee damage. Sadly for them, all I do is melee damage. No shields to try and screw them up. This is one of the things that I would like. Did I just honk? I feel like I did. But I'm thinking about taking out the potion. Maybe that was them that honked. Expensive turn. So the reason to do this... Oh, I could have made flame dagger. Yeah, but this one goes quicker. The reason to do this is so that you count as a crafted item so that I could put you right here. Eventually. Purple gem. Can screw up opponents. Purple gems. Oh. I think I'm just gonna put them into the weapons. Remove opponent buffs. Yellow gem. Yellow gem reduces crit chance, crit, and stun chance. With 4 gold, what do we want? Ooh, red gem. I do like red gems. Do I combine up gems? Could move these boots. I don't have space for all of the things that I would like to be doing. Yeah, I do. That one can go there. What about the armor potion on sale? I only have 3 of the armor bags. I would need a 4th one. If I could get a 4th one, though, this would go off instantly. Issues. Amulet of Darkness could be replaced for a pair of gloves. Ooh. That's tempting. I think that's what I want. Do not craft it. Ooh, what about recipes? Stone gloves. Gloves of power. Start of battle. Weapons deal 20% more damage, but attack 10% slower. Weapon hits gain 7 armor. That's kind of awesome. The only problem with it is trying to craft the gloves. Basically requires me not having the forging hammer in. Which I could do, but it screws with this red one. I could always buy this next turn. We only have 3 rounds left. I don't really need more gems. I mean, I want them. I don't need them. That one's good because it lets me break 6 armor per hit. If I move this where? So I'm trying to figure out how to put this here. Could just do that. It's a little bit weird, but I'm crafting 3 things. No, I'm crafting 4 things anyways, so I'm gonna have so many flames, it doesn't even matter. Why do I have this garlic in? You're back. Stamina bag. Stamina bag makes this one a little bit weird. Sell this for 3, sell 2 stones. I would still have 1 stone. I'm good. Start the battle. It's a lot of poison. That could be scary. And I'm poisoning myself. And they had the shield. Okay, that one was scary. Cursed dagger with a good amount of poison. With a shield, with some armor, with a happy cat. Hammer dagger. Ooh, increased stun duration on this and this. That is cool. And their spikes do extra damage. Small thing, but the spikes do contribute. Like, they were the difference maker. I would have won if they didn't have the spikes. Actually, yeah, the spikes were a really big damage dealer for them. Scythe does damage. Hammer, cursed dagger. Just lots of little damage sources, all adding up. I did more damage. Yeah, but they had armor and a shield. I don't think Shelly got to go... Did Shelly get to go off? Maybe it did. No. Shelly did not get to go off. Cthulhu is interesting. Huh. Alright. So I want to put this back up here, stone back here, this back here. Cool. Second stamina potion. I don't think it's very good, but it does mean that I could speed up a weapon more. We still have 2 rounds. I do think these are good inside of here. Alright, this one's still missing a gem. For right now, the blue can go in there. Running out of empty, missing spaces. 3 more spaces. What about a purple gem? No. What about a coal? Sounds good to me. Except it probably, what did I just do? Probably does have to go into the bag. No, I have a spot open right there. Cool. Don't need this stone. Ooh, another pair of boots. Might just go for that. I don't think I should combine up these reds. But I could. The reason to combine them up would be to put this yellow into this weapon. Alright, do it. I'm gonna have another burning coal, so maybe I'll put this yellow in, especially now that we have 2 of these. So, the question on my mind, ooh, this armor. This armor would actually make me care about battle rage. Oh, that would be good. Crap. Crap. Do I want to figure it out? I mean, I could. Still costs 7 gold, so I would have to figure out the gold aspect of things, which would be a total pain. And I would want the flame. And switch that with that. Okay, so I do want this armor. Oh, but for it to touch, this would have to scoot forward. Or this could scoot off of the sword, especially if I do have another stone. Which I do. Alright, so this stone could go here. This stone could go here so that I get that burst of damage. You are actually useful. I just said I actually care about battle rage. If, like, I was gonna replace these gloves with this dagger, but if I'm gonna get this armor, that's no longer a thing that I want as much. So if I sold all of these flames, I can buy this. Is that what I want to do? I think so. Alright, do it. Or I could sell the gem box. But I can use gems. Yeah, I kind of want those boots too. I can only craft 1 more item anyways. Go for it. Good amount of starting armor. 90? 90 starting armor. Holy damage! Kill them! What was that? Acorn collar. How are they speeding this up that much? 2-second cooldown. It's not even sped up that much. It's just the fact that they can crit right off the bat. How were they doing that much damage? It wasn't even that much. It was, though. They did 579 damage against my 370. They did a crazy amount of damage. Crit chance, 100%. They need what I have. They need all of these weapons just to drink these potions. I don't know why they upgraded them. I guess in case they run up against moon shields. And they need for this to be a Berserker Blade. But in general, ooh, they get crits on a lot of weapons. And they have so much luck. They have more luck than they need. Why do they have that much luck? At 0 seconds, they have 22 luck. Is that before Mega Clover goes off? Like, did Mega Clover gain them luck? Lucky Clover, Mega Clover. I don't know if Mega Clover gives luck. Looks like it doesn't, even though it doesn't say, it does say other buffs. Yeah, they have 7 more. I don't fully understand why they have so many clovers in here. They could be doing other things with those 7 clovers. They could be buying stones. These stones do more damage than this says. They do like 20 damage apiece. If they just added a stone here, a stone here, a stone here, a stone here, they would get even more damage the second those throw. That's kind of cool. Acorn Ace. Huh. Alright. That was just a super bursty build. Alright. Alright. Green. We always buy the green because if nothing else, it's good to put in the armor for poison resistance. One of the builds I lost to was that poison scythe, and if they couldn't poison me, they didn't do anything. I did get this one. So, I think I am going to put a poison up here. What else do I have for crafted? I do have the dagger. I could move the dagger. Do that. This falls off. Another green. 20 HP becomes less important, and I do a little bit of healing, but not much. Really, I should just switch this. That red gem. I really don't do much healing. Alright. What about that crown? Ooh. It's slow, but this weapon attacks pretty quick. 5 hits. How long does 5 hits take? With the heat that I have, it only takes like 5 seconds for this to go off. Ooh, and it cleanses blind. Really expensive. That might be the play. I think I'm gonna do that. Weird. So now, put this in here probably. This could move back. This stone isn't really needed. Is this it? Ooh. For what? For the villain sword. Ooh, for the villain sword, I could trade a snowball. I could trade this, a stone, this and a stone. I would still need 1 more space, and I need it to be worth 40 value. 41. The 41 value is surprisingly difficult, except I did just get this crown. Crown could be sped up. That doesn't help much. I think I'm going to say no to the cat. Gloves. Gloves would be nice. I think I'm going to say yes to the gloves. Weird. Yeah, let's do it. One more roll. The cat is back. Wolper's back. Dragon Egg's here. Cheese is here. Start the battle. I think we win this most of the time. Ooh, but that's scary. I don't know what to think about this. That is super scary. Kill them quick. Crown went off too. But the crown didn't save me. They didn't get another swing in. That, I mean, present The amount of value that you can get from present, the amount of value that you can get from uniquely unique, the two of them are like off the charts. This thing, that is a stupidly strong busted blade. That's how they were hitting so hard. They have 4 hawk runes. So this thing does plus 60% crit damage. That's crazy. This one goes faster and faster. That doesn't really matter. Unless it's a scaling build. This is kind of cool. They inflict a good amount of frost, except that they don't. But in theory, they could. Energy amulet. Ooh, energy amulet with the shaman mask. That is actually cool. They have a lot of gems, so they have a lot of luck right at the start. Chonk. It's a cool build. But, I mean, it's present, so. Difficult to evaluate. If they would have got a third hit, they would have killed me, except that I had crown, so they wouldn't have. Do I have any final thoughts on this build? Final thoughts are, I'm pretty strong against poison. 15 plus 10 plus 10. So we're at 35, 45. I feel like this would have won against that poison scythe now. We are pretty bursty. I still had stamina left, but this is only 6 stamina. Still, 6 stamina when everything's stamina cost is reduced by a pretty good amount. This is almost free, 0.3 per hit. This is 0.16 per hit. This one's actually kind of expensive, but that's because it's not affected by this or anvil. Gloves. I think switching the gloves was the correct call. This thing's doing some damage. I think this was the correct call. Kinda curious how much armor that gave. Block. 63. 63 for 2 spaces, and it increases my damage. I like it. That's significant. This is significant. These two are significant. Armor amulet would have been the other thing. But then I would want to be building around going into Battle Rage. Battle Rage with the crown looks kind of wild compared to normal Battle Rage. Super Battle Rage. That was a close fight. Cool stuff. Alright, let's see how this one does. Ooh, plus 15. This is the highest I've been. 30 master. See how this one does in history. I didn't do that yesterday. I felt like I was kind of strong yesterday. Surprised that I lost. Huh. I guess, oh, this sword never got upgraded. Never mind, not that strong. Why wasn't I touching these stones to this sword? What was I doing yesterday? Oh, because these are neutral. Still, I could have had the stones touch the sword. Because the sword didn't get upgraded, I just didn't value it that much in my mind. Still, should have done it. Alright, today, what are we doing? God, the only 2 I lost were these 2? I was up against strong boards for these 2. But this was almost a perfect game. I didn't even realize. Should be good against this, I think. People do like this Thorn Bloom with Ranger. I'm undecided about how I feel. 34 in power. Yeah, but they don't do anything. I could use 34 in power. What are they doing with it? They're just trying to gain max HP. Hey, I actually drank a heroic potion, though. What was my DPS? And that was with them starting with a crown, I think. No, maybe not. I don't know. That's block. Damage dealt. Did they start with a crown? They did. DPS wasn't that high. 87. Go again. Think we can kill this before it gets off the ground, but that is egg. Do they have the mana? They do. Yeah, because they have mana thirst. Nope, I'm dead. Did not kill it before it got off the ground. Oh, they have the shield too. They have no rush, please. They have the shield. And they've got mana thirst for the mana. And they have Jerry, which is fun. Jerry is fun. Cool. All right, wait. That was the first one that I lost? 1-1? I think so. That is a cool build. Why don't I ever make Anvil Falcon Blade? They're gonna beat me. I really should make Anvil Falcon Blade. Because the problem is trying to get this thing some damage. And it speeds up the axe, and the axe wants to go super speed. This is a really cool build. And they have defense. They pointed this up so that the double attacks. 2-second cooldown. God, why is this going so slow? 0.98. Oh, because it's in pants. Huh. They're putting a good amount of frost on me. So, and they have a good amount. How does this work? If you have exactly one armor, helmet, and shield. I don't know if I've ever actually built this one. They do have one of each. Armor, helmet, shoes. No mention of gloves. Damage reduced. And they get more block. That is a cool item. I just don't see it much. And I don't build defense enough. But this one, I should build that pretty often. Like when I get the opportunity. Alright, so I think that's 1 win, 2 losses. God, I thought this was stronger. That's scary. Dragons with that sword. Ooh, but they don't have that much heat. Still scary. There's a lot of scary boards. Crown might have saved me. That is why I took Crown, but Stamina's gone. Wait, is that really 1 win, 3 losses? We should beat this. That axe doesn't look that quick. They are in the half health bag, though. They're in the good bag. Alright, 2 wins, 3 losses. Should be good here. Ooh. I never see these spectral daggers. Wait. Wait! I'm not good here. What happened? Vampire potions. I don't normally see vampire potions. They have a crazy amount of vampire. They have a little bit of empower. They did get to dodge some hits. Mega Clover, but still. Clown. Well played, Clown. God, I thought that my build was more bursty than it is. 630 damage. Unhealing. Right. Gah. Unhealing. I mean, that's not their main damage source, but still, these spectral daggers just did a lot of damage. Use 1 mana to do 6 damage and ignore armor. Did I have armor left when I died? No. This one surprises me. I would think that I could outburst that. Alright, so I think that's 2 wins and like 4 losses, maybe? Or 5. Somewhere in there. Just seeing this hammer go off. Or, not hammer. Shield go off like crazy. Okay, shield just hard counters me. Vampire hard... I am way weaker than I thought. They had a good amount of starting vamp. They have a good amount of lifesteal. They have 2 dragons to give them a little bit of heat. They have damage reduction. This shield blocks 60% of the time. Did I change something about my build that is making it weaker? No, just stamina and not punching through to kill at the start. I think purple cap plus the shield are making the main difference, and then they have a good amount of lifesteal, so if I can't punch through, they heal it back up. I'm getting destroyed. Was that 2 and 5? 2 and 6? That's 3 shields. And blind. I don't even know how I can touch this enemy. The answer is I can't. I kind of just acknowledge that I'm weak against blind builds. But I'm weak against a bunch of other builds too. And 3 shields plus blind just makes this crazy. They have no rush please and Sir Sand. Tons of art. This one I was never touching. This hard counters this. The other builds so far have not felt like they hard countered me. This I should destroy. Except they have that damage reduction. Ooh, and they have these two. Never mind. They could have 4 badger runes in their armor, and they would just completely... I lose to everything. If they had put 4 badger runes into their armors, they would remove damage by 28 damage per hit, plus a shield with shielded, plus this. And this thing still scales. It's not like you need badger runes in it. Like really, the yellow runes are just about as good, but it's good that they're reducing the stamina cost. Investment opportunity. Could have sold this off. They never drank this. Maybe I should consider Shaman Mask more. I mean, I got to 15. This is my final battle. I think we're fine. Ooh, I've thought we're fine every time, and I've been wrong. 26 spikes. So, I think part of my problem is that I'm largely ignoring this bag, and this bag is very powerful. The reason I'm ignoring it is because none of these weapons interact with Battle Rage. This one, I mean, if I had the other gloves, it speeds up in Battle Rage, but that's just because of this bag. I should have been trying to get myself to drop into Battle Rage quickly, but that's tough to do. Alright, well, it went well, but the history matches did not go well for me at all. Up to 30 master. Alright, for now, that is gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.